Hi guys, it's been 3 months since I posted a video. I hope everyone had a good summer. Enjoyed all the festivals, Ren Pride, things like that. Uh, Basically, it's just like I've been busy really. 3 months working at my new job. Recovered from a motorcycle accident. Binned it again. Lots happened. There's a lot looking like it's going to happen. But one thing that gets me is in the sports world is Neymar's move to PSG. And how much it cost. I was watching another video on YouTube about the payrolls of the NHL ice hockey teams in Canada and America. Neymar's move is worth more than several hockey teams' entire payrolls put together for a year, and that's before all his endorsements and all his salary, goal bonuses, win bonuses, Champions League winners bonus, all this stuff. So it's kind of makes me feel a bit sick, really, that he's apparently worth that much. You could also buy 7 countries in the Pacific Ocean, Pacific nations, um, for that amount of money. And apparently he's being sued by Barcelona and La Liga over aspects of his transfer to PSG. Um, I just This is one of the reasons why I've gone to football. I made some previous videos earlier in the year about various tax scandals and other things to do with it that seem to die away. There seems to be nothing on these stories now. When 4 months ago it broke that Newcastle and West Ham were avoiding a tax avoidance, and some dodgy dealings there, and suddenly now Neymar, who's been done for tax avoidance in Spanish court and a Brazilian court, moves to France for £250 million. Like that's like a whole fucking yearly council budget. Like where the town I live in, which is had redevelopment, that is their entire redevelopment budget over 15 years. He's basically getting a year. Or his value of his contract is worth that much, which is stunning to me because how is that possible? There's other implications. Is like the financial fair play seems just fine. That doesn't work clearly, because clearly PSG will be making a operating loss as a football club because their stadium isn't actually that big because the Parc des Princes is not actually the biggest stadium in Paris. The Stade de France is, so they're probably making an operating loss over the whole of the tax year. This has also been proven. Man City and Chelsea, their owners are wealthy. The clubs aren't. They actually make operating losses, and they operate at a loss. So that skewers the financial fair play. The fact that the personal owner can inject money in, and they've got to make it's all there's all various ramifications on various rulings by various governing bodies there, and it's also affected the transfer market here. The Premier League clubs at least have come through with a transfer deadline to move forward to before the season. Quite similar to the. I will go back to the NHL trade deadline in February. There is a set cut-off point where you cannot make any more transfers before the post-season Stanley Cup playoffs, which is probably where we're going. But there's been references to a salary cap in the Daily Mail today. If we were to have one, would it be enforceable? It has to be worldwide. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen because each league pays players in different currencies. We pay in pounds. Most of the European leagues play in euros. The MLS play in obviously American dollars. Brazil it's Brazilian reals. Russia it's rubles. So there's no set currency for payment. And yeah, I just think this is a bad thing for the world's biggest game. But another thing that's bad for sport is the Gary Betjeman, the NHL commissioner, has basically said to the IOC, the Olympic Governing Committee, that NHL players are banned from playing in the Olympics. So you're trying to sell a sport to a new market, and you're saying you can't. We're not allowing our best players to sell the sport in South Korea in February 2018. it is now down to the players to ask the ownership and the management of the teams they play for to be granted leave to play. I think very few will. I think there'll be very few rebels to want to do this. It's not in their interests. Then God knows what the NHL will then say to their franchises when they decide to play the Olympics, which basically means Canada will not win the gold medal. It's basically a fix. Canada don't win the gold medal, and that another nation wins gold, silver, and bronze. Because Canada have basically dominated the Olympics for the last decade or so. Apart from the Scandinavian countries, but a lot of the Scandinavian players also play in Europe. So that's sort of it's a bit of a stitch up, to be fair. So you're not going to see the best players. You're not going to see the best international hockey, which is unfortunate. It's like saying in the Football World Cup, it's amateurs only now. You can't have full professionals. You can't have any Premier League players. You can't have any La Liga players or any Serie A or Bundesliga. You're not allowed to have them. So that's a bit of a stitch up. That's the two gripes I have about sport. Post your comments in the links below. And yeah, we'll post another video hopefully in the next couple of days. I'll be back at work tomorrow, so another long week slaving away. Yeah, hopefully the weather improves a little bit because it was fucking pissing down yesterday. Got caught in a thunderstorm, not nice. Aquaplaned down to my mate's flat, which was hilarious when you're trying to do the speed limit and you're going sideways in the wet. So yeah, hopefully the weather improves a bit. Yeah, well, this won't be the end of the Neymar scandal. I mean, the saga. It's not a scandal. It's a saga, really. He's been sued by his previous club. There was a delay in his paperwork from La Liga as well. So there is things going on there that we don't fully know about. I don't think there will. It's not as if he's like. I think there must be a reason why he left Barcelona. Because he's got Messi and Suarez with him. So the three South Americans, Argentina, Uruguay, and Brazil, like the three best South American countries to produce football players ever. There has to be some kind of behind the scenes things we don't know. Probably to his court case. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will post another video soon.